So this is my breakfast right now. These eggs are actually really good. Anyhow, when we got home last night, I don't remember what time that was. So I'm settling in, unpacking, washing clothes, and I'm trying to think of what time it was. I'd have to go back and look. But as I was like just doing what I do, I get a text message from my daughter, a messenger. And I actually thought she was going to say, can you tell, her brother to get out of her room because he comes in there a lot and bugs her and annoys her. So that's actually what I thought she messaging me for. Until I looked at the message and it said, my room smells like smoke. And I just, at that point, I didn't know how to feel, what to think, because this bitch don't fucking listen. And that is what I'm stressed over. Motherfuckers who don't listen. And everybody has to pay the price for somebody's actions. So, instead of flipping out, that was just last night though. I can't say that I'm not going to do that today, fucking tomorrow, fucking next day, because sometimes I do have moments where I am completely calm. Like, it's kind of scary. It's like really scary. Because I was actually scared of myself last night, how calm I was, and I didn't react. I just went to the kitchen, screenshotted the messages my daughter and my son sent me, because I told them every single time that you smell smoke, send me that message, because I'm going to print them off, and this is going to be piling up and piling up and piling up to get this bitch thrown out. Because I was thinking of trying to handle it a different way, but I shouldn't have to handle it a different way, because I shouldn't have to handle this shit at all. I shouldn't have to be dealing with this, and neither should my kids. So then when my son messaged me that it smells like smoke in his room, I went in his room first, and then I thought it was like fire. It smelled like kind of fire. And I'm like, then I go in my daughter's room, and I'm like, nope, that's cigarettes. So I went back in my son's room, and I was like, yep, it's cigarettes. So I told my kids to come out of the room. And the reason why it smells on my son's side and my daughter's room is because both of their rooms are on the side of the balcony where the bitch smokes. So it comes to their direction, because my room is on the opposite side. So when she's smoking on her fucking balcony, the smoke is traveling, which these people should know that, and if they don't, they're fucking mental, and it was attacking my son and my daughter's room at the same fucking time. So when I got home yesterday, I checked my mail, since we were gone for a week, and I don't know when the hospital sent me the paper about the smoking that I'm going to give my management, because they told me they were going to give it to me today when I come in for my iron infusion. But that's okay. I got it in the mail. So I took a picture of it just before I came on to make this video, and I sent it to the management with the messages last night. Now I don't know if it's like a work phone or whatever, but I text and I sent those messages at the time that this happened, and of course the times are on there too. But I stopped myself from yelling, because I already did enough of that yesterday. But yeah, so I was trying to find a way to not get myself worked up and handle things differently. But see, my whole life I've always been the type of person to be a fighter, be an arguer, because everybody knows that my mouth, once it starts running, it won't be quiet. That's why I always win an argument. That's me, that's my character. I know it's probably not the healthiest way to handle things, because it'll stress me out, and I don't want to get stressed out, especially with going through cancer. Like, I don't want to do that to myself. But I feel like when I scream and yell and pound, I feel like that's how I'm getting my point across, But I want this shit to end before it gets more dangerous, because I'm scared of what I might do next, because she's not stopping what she's doing. And I just honestly think that if she's gonna go this low to be a disrespectful fucking cunt, then what am I going to do something that low too? You know? I was sitting here thinking of all the things, well, what can I do to piss her off then? Do I keep my kids awake late at night and have them game and scream and be loud to keep her ass awake? Because, you know, I know she wakes up early to go to work because she leaves at 7:30. I mean, I can be a bitch and do that. I don't actually have to tell my kids to stay awake and game and be loud because they do that automatically. But I'm always constantly telling them, shh, you guys. But maybe I should just let them motherfucking let it fucking rip. But anyway, so I got that note from my doctor, and it said in it is that my patient, you know, and then my name, and it was just saying that, you know, I've been reporting about, you know, tobacco use and stuff like that entering my unit and stuff like that. And then it says, you know, secondhand smoke is harmful with the toxins and the chemicals, and everybody should already know that. You learned the shit in school, did you not? So my question is, why is the doctor having to explain this in a letter that I already sent to management? Like, why is that something that is necessary when we shouldn't have to do this? They should already have thrown this bitch out. There should be no, we need to explain what smoking does. Like, dude, if you are going to do this, then you need to suffer the consequences and understand what the hell you're doing. And so then at the very end, it says, you know, how secondhand smoke can hurt other kids, little kids, other adults, other tenants. So my doctor isn't just concerned about my health when he wrote in the doctor's note or the statement. He wrote at the very end, too, that I recommend that the management take reasonable steps to correct this problem. And so I hope that when they get this, they see that this isn't a fucking minor issue. This isn't a game. This is something you need to fucking abide by, because honestly, my management is violating the lease by allowing this to happen and not taking action to fix the problem. When clearly I told them who the fuck is doing it and that she's doing it on their balcony, because I actually saw her with my own fucking eyes. And I don't give a fuck who thinks it's petty, because you're petty. And I'm sick and tired of people thinking that it's not such a big deal. But you know what? The only people who fucking think that is you fucking smokers. You fucking low-life piece of shit bums. And I really don't give a fuck if you're mad, because you are worthless. You're useless. And that is how I feel. And I will never, ever stop feeling that way. You stay the fuck out of my face if you're going to blow that smoke. Because like I said, I'm going to say some stuff on here I don't want to say, because my video will probably be banned. So I'm going to watch my mouth right now. But I'm telling you that this bitch better fucking stop this shit. Because I really wanted to fucking pound last night. I wanted to scream last night. But I fucking stopped myself because I'm already losing my voice from screaming yesterday due to a different situation. And I just didn't want to make it any worse, you know? I'm not concerned about being thrown out, because we can live in my car. That ain't a no fucking issue. So it's not about what I do if it's going to cause me to be thrown out. If I'm stomping, if I'm being loud, if I'm being like an obnoxious tenant, a loud tenant, a disruptive tenant. Because first of all, I'm reacting to her actions. So I'm not the one causing problems. I mean, it may look like that, but I'm basically defending myself, and that's what that is. I wouldn't have to, like I said, if the bitch would stop smoking and follow the goddamn rules, and I don't give a fuck why she thinks she can do it, because it's not going to happen anymore. And what pisses me off is that even when my lease is up in 6 months, like, I plan on moving. So my pleasant here for the whole, year that I've lived here has been shit. Because I've smelled nothing but cigarettes, marijuana, watching guys piss by the door in broad daylight when I'm taking my kids to school. This is trash. And if anyone agrees and is okay with the things I just said, there is something mentally wrong with you.